Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and 100 sketchy videos and Follow a Sketch February. Now, Follow a Sketch February is a series that I've done for the past couple years, and I'm super excited because this year I have a bunch of people joining in. Join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group so you can join in as well. So today's sketch is this 8.5 by 11 sketch. I am going to turn it into a 12 by 12. And where all of these letters are over here, I figured I would use up a bunch of number thickers to document these score photos from Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. So let's see what I can do. All right, so I have my thickers over here on the left. These are not just stickers, they're mostly stickers, but these are my letter stickers. I'm just kind of penciling out the marks because I really don't want to put stickers down on the page where my photo is going to cover it up. There's no point in it. I mean, it would be one way to use up even more of these number stickers, but you know, just doing it for the sake of using them up, I'm not really feeling that. Now, this is a way to use up, you know, those almost finished packs or numbers, because I don't use a whole heck of a lot of the numbers. You know, when you've got plenty of Z's and Q's and X's and, you know, the letters that you don't use a lot of. Now, I do have to say that once I finish figuring out these numbers, I could have just left them the way that they were. I don't know if this was, you know, unconscious in my brain, but I really picked out letters that went with the photos, and that's kind of crazy. I wasn't like looking for colors or anything like that. I was basically looking for mostly chipboard letters because I knew I had planned on painting the top of them. So I just went through and looked and found the numbers I thought would work. So I do leave this entire process in here because I want you to see everything. I want you to look at it and notice that I really did not plan out the numbers. It is a very random process, and I did adjust and move things throughout. And that's just because I needed a little bit of different spacing for the numbers. And this is just something that you could do. You know, you don't have to absolutely plan your numbers. Now, if you want it to have more of a controlled number situation, you could have started at the top and worked your way down, or at the bottom and worked your way up. I just kind of went for the all over the place technique, and it worked for me. Like it doesn't stress me out. So as you can see, these colors are definitely have the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin kind of color scheme to them. And like I said, I could have left this just the way it is, and then, you know, made my layout. It would be a completely different feel. Do I regret doing what I did? No. It's definitely a different look, though. And it definitely, I keep saying definitely. I definitely keep saying definitely. It's definitely, there we go, we do it again. It's not a look for everyone. It is a very messy look, and I'm okay with that because I like a variety in my layouts. So if I would have put the photo right on there, totally would have been good. But, you know, I decided to go and be a little extra. So I squirt off an entirely too much white acrylic paint on here. And I do admit that part of my reason for using the white acrylic paint over the numbers here was because I didn't want to pull them up one by one and adhere them all down, because you guys know they're thickers, and you know that those suckers don't stick, and you know, had I put it this layout into a page protector and put it into an album, I would have had a heck of a lot of numbers at the bottom of the page protector. Because these stickers don't stick, man. They just don't stick. But what I did was use this Liquitex Basics, and the color is titanium white. And I just went ahead and basically kind of melded the numbers onto the background to really give it some glue. Now, I could have taken my good sweet time and put on a little paint at a time, and I wouldn't have had so much extra paint. I wouldn't have had globby bits if I would have done a thin layer and then another thin layer and then another thin layer. But I didn't have time for that today. I wanted to play, I wanted to make a layout, and I wanted to get it done. So I just go ahead and stickle my brush, kind of trying to cover up the sides of the numbers as well. And you know, some of the color you can see through it, and I'm okay with that because of what I am going to do to the top of it. So again, this is a very messy look that I'm about to do. It might not be your jam, it might not be your cup of tea. So maybe try doing it without the mixed media on top of it. So I am working on this Tonic and Tim Holtz glass mat. That's because, you know, I don't want to really kind of ruin the mat underneath of it, even though the mat underneath of it has lots of stuff going on it. So what I'm doing is taking a little bit of packaging. I am spraying a variety of sprays on the packaging and then kind of kissing it to the numbers. And I'm wiping off the packaging between each one because I know that my colors are kind of marring together, but that's okay. They can kind of meld and mar together a little bit, but I don't want it to be, you know, the only thing. So this is part of the part that makes it messy, is I do a bunch of splatters with some more sprays. You know, basically I was looking through and grabbing any green spray I could find. And then I grab this surface spray, which has kind of a different formulation. They're permanent, and it just is a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a different formulation than most of the sprays. And that's the one that really takes it from a little bit of mess to a lot of mess. I am going to put a border here. So I grab my khaki polka dotted washi tape, and then I grab a couple of green washi tapes to layer up on top of it, because I really decide that I am going to embrace the green. My photos are already matted on an 8x8 piece of paper, and what I did was matte those photos after I trimmed them down. So the photos are 3 3/4 by 6 instead of 4 by 6, and that's just something I do. I didn't take off anything, you know, spectacular in the photo. So I go ahead and matte that. I put Fun Foam on one side and then just some Deluxe, Nuvo Deluxe adhesive on the left-hand side because my letters are popped up. So otherwise my photos would have slanted down. Didn't need to do that. Now for the little decorative thing up here on the sketch, I am going to use this square doily, and then I actually use some tickets just like it is in the sketch, which is kind of crazy that I'm actually doing that. Now this is some sort of resist die cut. I don't remember the brand, and you can't exactly see it on camera, but there are little polka dots on there that the green spray got into, and it's polka dotted. Like I said, you can't really tell on camera, but I promise you guys it's there. So I use these teal crepe paper ticket stickers, and I realized that the teal is, you know, way more teal than most of the greens. But I did use kind of that one Heidi Swap color that's a little bit teal, so I figured it worked. And then I'm just going through my stash and I'm just looking for things that I feel will be a good match. And I keep bringing things over and trying them out. This word always felt like it was a good color match. So then I just went in and found some more green letter stickers. So this one is kind of a grassy green. And then I went in and pulled in kind of this avocado-y green. So now my title is Have Fun Always. And I'm like, okay, now I've got to add a little bit more. Now in the sketch, the tickets are on top of the title, but I kind of liked it here at the bottom. I had specifically chosen these two gold-rimmed kind of banners to place underneath to kind of tie in the khaki polka dot that I'd already placed on the page. I felt like I needed to add it one more place, but it looked a little funky just under the ticket, so I grabbed a Webster's Pages label and tucked that in up under there. And then you can't tell because my photo capture up here in the corner doesn't show it, but there is another ticket and embellishment down there in that bottom right hand corner. So I just put another ticket there. I found that @ sign in my stash, and then I'm going to pull these little puffy hearts and kind of place them around the page as well. I decided that I needed to bring in a little bit of gold because I really only have the gold on those khaki banners, and that's not enough. Like, I have it in one place, I need it in more places. So I go ahead and sprinkle some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive around the page, and then I'm going to put on my favorite sequins, these sparkly sequins, on it, and that is going to do it, guys. Here are a couple close-ups for you. Thanks so much for joining me through this process, through Follow a Sketch February and through 100 sketchy videos. Be sure to join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That way you can have access to all the sketches and play along as well. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you real soon for another video.